Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Rich Sharp, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our weekly show. We call it Tournament Horse Racing, and it's brought to you by Broke Guys Handicapping. Here's how it works. We've broken the horse racing calendar into four separate tournaments, and each tournament consists of approximately 10 racing days. We pick four races from each of those racing days, and we compete against each other for prizes. We have four horse players, and each player is going to make a $2 mythical win place bet in each of the four races that day. And simply put, we're just measuring who wins the most money. The horse player with the highest amount of money after 10 weeks is the winner of that overall tournament. At the end of the year, we're going to have four individual tournament winners. We've already had one. We're halfway through our second tournament going on right now. We'll also have one year end champion. That's based on the total amount of money that you win throughout the year. That's how the tournament works. And now it's time to introduce you to our horse players. I'm going to start out here on the West Coast. He's just a little bit to my north in Menifee, California. Steve Newsom. How's it going? How you been, my friend? How was your Memorial Day weekend?
Oh, it was good. Went to watch the LA Galaxy game on Sunday with
Oh, how exciting!
all my daughters, so that
Nice,
was cool.
nice, nice. I'm going to swing all the way across the country. I'm going to go all the way out to the East Coast this time in Staten Island, New York. That's another friend of mine. He's also one of the racing analysts tonight. Ray Torado, how are you doing? And how was your Memorial Day weekend?
It was good. I got a chance to march in the Memorial Day parade and over here in Forest Avenue behind my daughter's marching band. She plays a trumpet. It was nice. I really enjoyed that. We marched about a mile and a half. Belmont Stakes distance. Yeah, we marched that one. So it was nice to have do that.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And last but not least, I will once again swing all the way back across the country. He's just a little bit to my south. Just like Rich Strike, he took the last couple of weeks off, but he did have a high school graduate this past weekend. Congratulations, Joe English. How have you been?
Thank you. Doing well, guys. Glad to be back. Good to see you, all of you.
Congratulations to you and
Yes,
Denise and to
congrats.
Lily. That was
Thank you.
you know
Congrats.
your wife. We knew as soon as you did because the pictures were all over social media.
No kidding.
All right, folks. This is just a reminder that Joe, Ray, Steve, and myself, we're all friends. We do this show for fun, and we try not to take ourselves too seriously. We are not a touting service, and we are not recommending or selling our picks in these races. We're just horse players, and we love our sport, and we enjoy competing against each other for fun. We hope you do as well. Nice to have the entire gang back together again. I will say that we haven't had all four of us on at the same time, so I really appreciate this, guys. And with that being said, I will go ahead and we will start off like we normally do. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what happened. Well, not last week, but 2 weeks ago. We took last week off because that was a 3-day weekend for Memorial Day weekend, and we chose not to take advantage of some of those really cool cards that happened on Memorial Day. So here we go with this was a little race out at Pimlico Racetrack. This was Preakness Day, and as you see, Steve Newsom took the win that day, $33.60. Nice hit, Steve,
Yeah, thank you.
and Ray there in second for the day, with Joe and I tying it up down there at the bottom. I will take you over here, and I will show you that on our annual, or I should say, for our quarter tournament, and this one is called the Triple Crown. Steve is in first. He's got two wins over there with $76, and Ray is trailing him back about $16 back behind him. And we took a break last week, and you see this week we are headed to, for me and Joe and Ray and Steve, I know I'm speaking for all four of us. This is a brand new racetrack for tournament horse racing and for Broke Guys handicapping. We have never handicapped Evangeline Downs before for anything. Should be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. When I was looking at the card tonight, I couldn't help but believe, well, you're not going to hear a whole lot about trainer and jockey combinations unless it's coming from me because that's what I decided to go ahead and research for Evangeline Downs and said, heck it, I'm sticking to my guns for this one. So we are headed down to Louisiana for this one, guys. Y'all ready to get going?
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to start off in race number 5, and we're doing four races. It is not the traditional pick four that's down there, but it is part of a pick 3 and also part of a pick 5. It is race number 5. They're going 1 mile on the turf. I actually tried to practice my Cajun accent for this day so I could read these races in a correct accent. It is impossible. So this is the Louisiana Legends Turf Distaff Stakes. The purse is $75,000. It's for accredited Louisiana-bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Your morning line favorite is in post number 4. Netta Bear, trained by Alan Landry and ridden by Timothy Thornton, 2-1 on the Evangeline Downs morning line. And you know what? Because we haven't seen you on air in a couple of weeks, Joe, I, unanimously made the decision that you would be going first. We'll do the Sound of Music beginning. We'll go Joe, Ray, Steve.
Yeah, no worries. Like I said, I want to get back into the swing of it. I haven't been on in a couple of weeks, so and of course we took last week off. So, favorites legitimate. She can win. There's no doubt about it. But based on where I am in the standings, I knew I was going to have to come from behind. So favorites aren't going to do me a whole heck of a lot of good. Um, Especially something lukewarm. Well, I guess 2-1 is not necessarily lukewarm, but so I went with the 2-horse World War. The barn's hot. Ron for show is I don't know 40 some odd percent or whatever it is, 34%. In his last race, he wore down the other speed horses and finished third, while the other speed horses finished last and next to last. So she ran better than the other speeds, and she had won 3 in a row versus state breds before that last start, and that last start was against Open Company. So I'm hopeful that she can return to her winning ways going back to state breds. She's 3 for 7 on the turf with 3 other in the money finishes. So I think she'll give a good counting of herself. She's got an inside post going a mile. So I went with the 2 at 10-1 World War. Ray, I guess it's on to
Oh,
you.
oh boy. Stay
Yeah,
right there.
I got a
I'm
bad
on the
feeling.
two World War. I can't believe this. Um, I don't know. He raced before and Evangeline Downs, and he ran second. He's got a lot of speed, which I kind of like. On the turf, he's gonna get a good trip. Even if he doesn't make the lead, he'll be close to it, so he'll be saving ground and stuff. But
It's a she.
um, the oh she yeah. The trainer's 33%, and the jockey's 22% for the year. So looks like they're coming from out of town. So I don't know, it fits well here. Going a mile, she should do well. She's at the distance, 6 races, 3 wins, 2 seconds, 1/3. So I mean, she likes the mile. So let's give it a shot. 10-1. Maybe just come in the top two, get some money here. World War for me also. Sorry, Joe.
So
I'm
is it
back
Joe
one
Ray?
race and I'm already getting jacked up. Isn't that great? Why did I come back?
So I guess it's Joe Ray and then me, huh?
Uh,
I was a little bit confused here because I looked at race 5 and I looked at race 6, and Snowball
yeah, I was gonna mention
5
it
is
too.
entered in both
Yeah,
races
I'm gonna
according
Yeah.
to
pick
our
both horses.
sheets.
You can pick Snowball on both races.
Lee, you can do
Well, I
that
thought
in
about that.
Louisiana. It's a rule that even we've seen it at fairgrounds too. So it's not quite uncommon.
Okay, okay. But I guess if Snowball races in this one, I like her, the 5. So the jockey trainer combination is hitting at 29%, but it's only 7 races. Um, jockey on turf is 22%, 45 races. So that's a good sample size. Uh, I like the last 2 turf races that she had been in, but a decent competitive speed figure for this race. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the 6-1 odds.
No, and initially before I heard Joe and Ray both go, I also was on the 2. I like the Ron Fauchot Jareth Loveberry angle. I like the declaration of war as the sire in this particular race, but to give us just at least a little bit of diversity in this opening leg, I'll go ahead and move off of there, and I'll go down to my second choice, and that would be the 8 Offspring, who is by Into Mischief. So you knew I was just going to go sires in this particular one. I'll go ahead and take the 8. Let me go ahead and cross that one out. And the horse has a couple of similar stakes races to what we've seen in this particular competition. Right here, the red Camella, the Page Cortez. Let's face it, I'm not real familiar with Louisiana racing. These are all at fairgrounds and at Evangeline Downs. One of the things that I noticed about this was you had to watch out and be careful with Brisnet forms. Ray, you and I have seen this before and things like that. Sometimes they're not the most accurate things in the world. I see at least 3 races at Evangeline Downs before for this horse, and yet I only see 1 listed over here. So sometimes Brisnet makes some mistakes. And I saw quite a few in this particular page. This horse has raced against Netta Bear quite a few times, has not really gotten the better of it, but I would go ahead and go one more try, and I'll try the 8 Offspring instead of World War, who was my initial choice.
Rich, it might be that one
Oh, the
one
turf,
race is
yeah.
the
That could
turf
be
race,
for the
not
year.
Those are the turf
including the
races.
dirt.
Okay,
You're not
there we
counting
go.
Or
off,
it could be
that
for the
could be.
year too, because 2022 a horse raced one time at Evangeline Downs.
If yeah,
It might be the one turf
I think
race,
it was
yeah.
just the one turf race. But
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
might
you
have
can go
only
back
been.
and look later, but I think that's
Yeah,
what it was.
could be.
8. Everybody left 2258. All right, and we are going to move along to, this is race number 6. They're going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. This is the Louisiana Legends Mademoiselle Stakes. The purse is $75,000. It's for accredited Louisiana-bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite, one more time, is in post number 4, Overcharged, trained by Jose Camejo and ridden by Timothy Thornton. 6-5 on the Evangeline Downs morning line, and this time Ray is going to go ahead and kick us off.
That was a it's a tough horse to get off, really. I mean, the speed figures are there, the towers over the field. My only knock on Overcharge, she's the 2-month layoff, but if she's ready, she should blow by this field. I mean, I'm going with Overcharge. I know she's 5 out of 6 in her lifetime. We got beat once racing in Belmont. Um, she looks tough here. I mean, just looks like she's the fastest. If they barring no mistakes, she should win this race. So I'll take the chalk. Try and get some money here.
Yeah, I guess it's pressing the easy button.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
No, I went with the 8. I went with the Spirited Beauty.
The other Jose Camejo.
What's that? Oh yeah.
The other Jose Camejo.
But I think this horse will do a little better at the shorter distance. It's run pretty well at 6 furlongs, 1-1 in their lifetime, and two races at the distance. So the jockey with sprints is 23% winning, and jockey with trainer 33%, but only a small sample size there, three races. Yeah, so I'll go with 8.
All right. I didn't go too far from where Ray went. I tried. I tried to find a second place horse because I think Overcharge is going to win this race. And I thought, well, let's go ahead and go for the place horse. Couldn't quite find it. Overcharge is 5 for 6 in her lifetime. The 1 second was in a grade 3, the Victory Ride that was up at Belmont. 3 for 3 there at Fairgrounds. A couple of 2 really impressive performances in, again, similar competition to what we're seeing here today. This is the Jose Camejo. Interesting. We see Star Guitar all over the place at Evangeline Downs. Really exciting horse back from the day and age. But I couldn't find another horse besides the favorite here to recommend, so I just went with the 4, and I ate the chalk as well.
Yeah, ditto. I know I said last race that favorites really aren't going to do me very good, but like Ray said, if she's there in any way, shape, or form, she towers over this field. She's just lengths better, and if you get 6 to 5, yeah, run to the window. If you get 6 to 5, it does concern me a little that he's got another horse in the race, and I hope we don't see one of those situations where this horse really isn't all that ready, but he has the second horse ready just in case. So, but I again, like you guys, I couldn't find anybody to beat her, so I went with the chalk too.
So many races, I go blank 0-0. Try to get some money. You see a horse to beat.
And none of us did last time, so that was good.
Oh. No, I mean,
I know what
3
you mean.
races.
All right. On to race number 7. This is going 5.5 furlongs on the main surface. This is the Louisiana Legend Sprint. First is $75,000. It's for accredited Louisiana-bred 3-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite is down here in post number 6. That is Yankee 7, trained by Eduardo Ramirez and ridden by Joel Dominguez. 5-2 on the Evangeline Downs morning line. And Steve, what you say in the sprint?
Well, I'm going with the 5, Birdie's Galaxy on this one. Got Levenberry on board, who's 24% with sprints. Looks like him and the trainer haven't really hooked up yet. The horse is 6-3-1 at the distance in 12 races, and yeah, so I'll take Birdie's Galaxy here.
Let's see. That would be me that's next, and so did I.
Yeah.
I went with the Ron Fauchot. Uh, he was the one trainer that I did see that stuck out as far as the trainer statistics that were there at Evangeline Downs that caught my eye. And Jareth Loveberry, we do know him. We've seen him down in New Mexico before, at Oaklawn Park, and in Remington in Oklahoma. So he has a little bit that goes there. The horse came off a second to Yankee 7. But at least the information there, dug in and dueled, left the lead. It was a 12-horse field. Prior to that, had 2 wins and a second prior another win. So had 3 wins in the last 5 races with 2 seconds. The trainer again appears to be one of the better trainers, if not the best trainer there at Evangeline Downs. And Jareth Loveberry is somebody we know. So I went ahead and went with the 5, and I hand it off now to Joe.
Yeah, I just went 1 to the inside. I went to the 4. Win you win. Looking for the Jose Camejo Timothy Thornton natural double going from overcharged
There
into
we
this
go.
horse. Um, he beat the morning line favorite 2 races back. It was in the slop at Fairgrounds, but he beat him as the 3-to-1
Oh,
favorite. Now you're getting 10-to-1, whereas the other horse is 5-2 morning line. So you're getting a better price on a horse that just beat him 2 races back. He's run and he's won when he was fresh. He did that back in December again at Fairgrounds. And his 2 best figures in his lifetime, the buyer figures, are versus state breds. So I think there's a lot going for him. And again, favorites really, I know, other than overcharge, really aren't going to do me any good. So I'm going with hopefully the Camejo Thornton daily double, 10-to-1 long shot. Win you win, Ray. Please tell me you're not you didn't take the 4.
No.
Thank you.
Finally, I
I
have my
want some
own horse.
diversity.
I got my
God help
own
us.
horse this race, yes.
Me too.
I decided to go with the closer, the number 2, Altorana. This race, I mean, Birdie's Galaxy. He's got good speed. He's gotten caught a few times.
Wow.
So I'm just hoping that this race also it might pressure him and there might be enough speed where the 2 could get a nice little garden trip. coming off the back to state bred second race off a layoff. Madeline, I know him. They're probably from Louisiana, yeah. Racing over there, and Delta Downs. But this horse is 3 out of 5, and 11 wins for this gelding. A lot of geldings in this race, but
Maybe all
I think
geldings for all we
yeah,
know.
probably.
Yeah, we have to look. I
So
didn't
they
look,
threw some
but could
gelding
be.
over there. But he's got some good workouts, and I think he's just gonna come up the pace and maybe make a run, first run, second run, and get a good trip, and hopefully he'll get up in time. Short race, but there should be enough speed to come back. So I'm hoping he can do it. All Tirana for me,
Yeah, okay.
four to one.
All that horse does is win. All right, on to our finale. All right, this is race number 8. This one is going a mile and a 16th on the turf. It is the Louisiana Legends Turf Stakes. Purse is $75,000. It's for accredited Louisiana bred 3-year-olds and upward. And your morning line favorite is right here in post number 1, Mangleson, trained by Ron Fachot and ridden by Jareth Loveberry, 5-2 on the Evangeline Downs morning line. And I did not go with the favorite in this particular race, even though that was the trainer jockey combination that I kind of researched. I thought this might be an opportunity to go ahead and reach out. As Joe keeps mentioning, some of us are further out of first place than the others are, and starting to get out of there as far as the yearly contest is concerned as well. So I need to get going. I went with JC's Royalty. Again, you're not going to hear me knowing a whole lot about Cortland Harrison or Jose Barnes for that matter. The horse has been in a race with Mangleson before and did not exactly do real well. Finished like 13 lanes out of it. Um, but aside from that, I thought coming out of those state-bred optional claiming 20 races, stepping into this stakes company kind of fits our old three broke guys angle of moving up in class. Again, has seen some of these before, has dueled with some of these before. Hasn't won a whole lot, not all the way going back to April of 2021 since the horse had the last victory. Um, Prior to that last one here at Evangeline Downs. The one good thing that does kind of suit well with this horse is it does appear to like it here at Evangeline Downs. So you've got 4 victories in 6 attempts with 1 second and 1 third. So I went ahead and went with JC's Royalty, the closer.
Yeah, it's funny, Rich. I did a little research. I was doing it before I started, basically not too long before we started the show, and I ended up on the same horse. Uh, he's got a great local record, like you said, 4 of 6, with the other 2 races being in the money. With the 1 and the 2 in the race, there should be pace that she'll be able to close into. But here was the kicker for me, and again, it's one of the reasons I use Formulator, especially when you don't know much about a trainer or a track. Um, I didn't know much about Cortland Harrison either. I don't know that I'd ever heard his name before this. So I dug in his stats, and at Evangeline, overall, he's a 7% trainer. So I mean, that's not obviously world beating, but I guess it's good enough for him. But on the turf course at Evangeline Downs, he's 15%.
Oh,
And it's not really a small sample size either. I think it was about 100 races. Well, maybe it was like, now I'm thinking about maybe like 80 races or so. And the thing about it was he's had winners that paid 17-1, 20-1, 23-1, and 28-1. So he's obviously seems like a long shot trainer who does well with his turf stock. So again, I just like Rich, I went with the HAC's Royalty for all the reasons I just mentioned. So Ray, off to you.
In the meat. uh, I went a couple stalls inside of you guys. Number 6, Bahimi Bahima
Penny
Star.
Star.
The trainer Camille what was that? Camille? We've heard that name in the show tonight. Um, he's his first race at Evangeline Downs, so he's shipping in. He's been running well in fairgrounds in a Staple Company, Allowance Company. So This race is just one of those, step up for the allowances. So last time he did win one of these type of races, state bred 75,000 fairgrounds. So seems to like the two turns. He's a 2 out of 3 at that distance. So I'm hoping I can get a good trip. He went for post 11 last time, and as a long shot. He was 3 to 5 last time before that. So 4 out of 7, likes to win. I'll take a shot. It's 10 to 1. I like the price, and hopefully you'll run to his. Hope you like the track because first time he's there. So let's see, Behemoth Star, the sire, like you said, Rich Star Guitar.
Yeah.
Um, very popular horse down there. So he's all state bred, so he's he fits here. They all do. It's just a matter who gets a good trip in these tough races. So, but the jockeys, only one start here, but he's actually 25% for the year, and only 28 starts. And trainer too has 26%. He must start for me.
All right,
Alright.
I'm going with the. I guess I'm going with the chalk here on this one. Mangelsson won one of his last 2 races. 8-4-2 on the turf and 17 races, so pretty consistent. The favorite for a reason. So again, taking the Lovenberry route there.
Yep. No, the faux show,
Yep.
Loveberry combination that we've all come to know and love as this night show. All right.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of new names tonight. I'll
Yeah.
tell you.
Yeah. No. Always.
It's
That was the reason
uh,
that for folks who are wondering, about it,
yeah.
that was the reason it got added to our schedule was
This is a
we
challenge.
yeah, we've never handicapped this track before.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody thinks anybody had an advantage, well, nobody did because none of us ever seen any of these these trainers jockeys before. I had to Google a few of the names to try and figure out who it was that I was looking at. I did catch the same thing that Ray did. Oh, you know what, gentlemen, go ahead and take a look at those numbers before I just go rattling on here.
2426.
Um,
Yep.
Good. Yep.
for Ray and Joe, I'll ask this question: was like, do you ever remember seeing a card where you saw someone as impactful as Star Guitar was as a sire?
Mm-hmm.
He's all over it. I would imagine that there's probably
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's probably the most successful Louisiana bred in history, and since this is Louisiana bread night, it would
Right.
make
Yeah.
sense that
Mm-hmm.
he's got his hoof prints all over it. So yeah, makes perfect sense.
You guys, it reminds me of California Chrome, Cowbird.
Yeah. If we had something like that, it reminded me a little bit of
Yes.
sometimes when I do the overseas ones in Japan and things like that, sudden impact.
Yeah.
Is used something like that. And you'll see him on an equal number. That was what I was looking at. I was like, probably 2 horses a race at the very minimum. At least the ones that we were doing, and some of these races 3 and 4. So.
Yeah, it's funny, Richie. I think about like Calbreds. I think about like Square Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See a lot of that name. Or what was the turf horse? God, unusual.
Oh, unusual heat.
Unusual
Unusual
heat.
Heat.
Yeah.
Way back, yeah,
Yeah,
from
and
a few years ago.
he
Yeah,
just passed a few years ago, and that he was really like the king of the
yeah.
California sires as
He
far
was
as
on,
racing was
yeah,
concerned.
turf racing especially.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got anything they want to add before we go ahead and sign off for the evening?
Good luck, and next week we're doing Golden Gate, right?
Golden Gate. Okay, so just to make sure that Joe's not messing with people. No,
Oh shucks, I wanted a new track again.
and I'm not gonna take a shot at anybody. We're doing a little track out
A
in,
little.
yeah, it's a little tiny track that's out in.
Oh, you're coming to my area.
Yeah, we're
Oh
in
my God, that
we're
card
in
looks loaded too.
June 11th is
The
at Belmont Park
third
for the
leg of the
Belmont
Triple
Stakes in the island
Crown.
themselves. So just a little tiny track out there outside of New York.
Breeders' Cup card.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's show. My name is Rich Sharp. For Joe English and Steve Newsom and Ray Torado, our show's called Tournament Horse Racing. It's brought to you by Broke Eyes Handicapping. Good luck, everybody, and good night.
Good luck. Good night.
Right.
Hasta luego.